Greetings everybody, this is Etho and welcome to another Let's Play episode. How you doing? You got enough toilet paper? Hopefully you do, or it's gonna get nasty. Yeah, welcome to the underground village. Do you notice the difference? I did a big update on it, but it looks pretty much exactly the same. Basically, we got rid of all the torches. We used to have torches all over the ground here, and we have now switched over to hidden lighting. We got the lamps down here in places. I wanted to start off talking about my new buddy here, the Grindstone. I have recently become very interested with this guy. I don't know about you guys. Like when it first came out, I was like, okay, that's kind of a cool thing. You can put two pieces of gear together and they get a durability bonus, and you can disenchant things for a little bit of experience. Probably the biggest thing is getting rid of the enchantments on something, and all the work on a tool so you can start fresh with it is pretty cool. But now recently I've been doing some testing with it a bit more, and it's like, oh, this thing might actually have some crazy potential. So one of the biggest things is I think it's the ultimate way of storing portable experience in the game. So you can have your shulker box in your end chest, carry that wherever you go. Then inside the shulker box, you got a grindstone, and you have a crazy enchanted book. So you can combine a bunch of enchantments onto a book. I think this one has 15 on it. Put down your grindstone and disenchant it, and you get the experience from all of those. And normally, like, you disenchant something, it gives you a little bit of experience, but it's not anything crazy. But when you combine like 15 different things, it starts to add up. I think I was seeing it giving like about 300 experience at times even. Let's test it out here though. So I'm still like in the testing phase, trying to figure out if it's actually good or not. This pit has 33 durability at the moment. It has mending on it. Put this in, disenchant. Now here's the biggest thing about it as well. It's dense experience. So normally experience you only get a little bit at a time, but when you absorb this, we got our pick up to 611 there. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It's like fast, easy, portable experience as long as you have those crazy enchanted books. But that's where the idea probably falls apart. Because how do you get those crazy enchanted books? I think the ideal way of doing it would be to set up a villager trading hall, get their trades down to 1 emerald each, and then have like 12 to 16 different enchantments you could buy from them. And then you have to combine them together on an anvil to make it the super dense, crazy book. When you consider everything, though, it's probably not worth the time it would take to create the books for it. At best, it might function as an emergency repair kit, like if you're far away from an experience farm. Could be an easy way of repairing your tools if you get stranded and something's about to break. I wanted to point this guy out to you. I'm gonna call him Cheat, though. This is a weird villager. He's like from before they revamped the villager trades, I think. And I've discovered he doesn't need to restock. So I can just press spacebar to refill, hit Q, spacebar Q, spacebar Q, and that's kind of nice. I don't know if I should take advantage of that or if you guys would view it as cheating. Anyways, I think the goal for today, guys, is just to do a bunch of random projects. I have a few ideas in mind, starting with this guy. There you go. And he didn't suffocate. Very good. Can I get you out of there? Okay, what if we do this? Look at this guy. I made you a path. It's a wonderful path. Yeah, you go up and you go down. Okay, now I block you in. Now he's in place. And he was able to check out my redstone here. Everybody's happy. What can I say about this one, guys? This is a really goofy gizmo. I call it the De-Codinizer 9000. If you are like me, and you don't have a working iron farm in your world, you need other ways of saving on iron costs. That's where the De-Codinizer 9000 comes into place. We got this guy here. We go on the bucket of cod, trade, hit Q a bunch of times. The buckets get emptied of the cod, and they wind up down here. And then over time, eventually the cod suffocate, and they end up in here. Oh, it looks like a couple went in there. If you use it too fast, some will end up in here, I think. Beautiful. Okay, so the way this works is pretty simple. We got ourselves a fisherman villager next to his barrel workstation and a bed. That allows him to refill his trade when it gets exhausted. And it gets cheaper the more you use this one, so it went from 3 to 2. Let's see. In the back here, it's pretty straightforward. The dispenser ejects the cod in the bucket. And we have a comparator to check if there's any items in here. If there is, it runs on a pulse. This is in subtract mode. And then we have an item filter underneath that picks up the buckets. This is the standard item filter here. This is what grabs the cod and puts it in this barrel or any other random thing that doesn't belong. Next project. Okay, so we spend a lot of time in this area. We got our tree farm over there. I use that thing all the time now. We got the Nexus, we got the super smelter, we got this village I still haven't built. There's some other random stuff over here. So this is like a pretty key area in our world. And right next to it is our Guardian farm, which I feel I've kind of realized I'm underutilizing at the moment. Like it's so close to our main area. The way I set this up is actually pretty crummy now that I look at it. So we got an auto sorting system for it and stuff, which is cool. That's all kind of taken care of. It's an old system though. You can hear the dropper elevator activating, which is annoying. We can upgrade that with a bubble stream. The big issue with this farm though is there's no way to manually kill the guardians. They just fall down here and die on top of the hoppers. So it's a passive only farm. We want to add in a switch here so that we can choose if we want to kill them or not. Because guardians actually give a lot of experience. They give 10 points each, while most hostile mobs only give you 5, except for blazes, they also give you 10. So this would make a great experience farm if we set it up properly. I think we could even switch out this with this new warp planks maybe. But I think what we'll do is, let's try here. Probably just put some hoppers underneath this quartz. This way they don't fall as far. Uh-oh. I don't know how much health they're gonna have. I need to be able to one-shot them with a sword, though. Oh, really? Huh. Well, that I did not expect. Maybe we do planks here as well. Also, I built this a long time ago, and it looks like it has a few issues now with the pathfinding. So they fall in the lava, and they try to get out. While before they would just fall right through. And as a result, a lot of them are just dying in the lava, and it's killing our rates like crazy. I feel like that guy's gonna die in the lava. So I think the lava needs to go bye-bye. Yeah, that definitely helped a lot. I made a new sword here as well that has Sweeping Edge 3 on because the other one I was using didn't have it. Now we can test this out properly. I'm experimenting with a killing chamber idea, like maybe we do something like that where we have the trapdoor above. That way it holds us in place. So one swing there seems to have killed quite a few. Yeah. Sweeping Edge definitely helps a lot. I think they're all gone? Pretty much. And you see they're coming in much faster now than they were before. Oops. This isn't gonna work. Disaster. Oh, I'm messed up so bad, guys. No. Oh, they're still getting in. Oh man, that was scary. I disrespected the guardians there. I tried modifying the farm without shutting it off properly. And they started to get free and I couldn't close it up. And then, yeah, I died like 3 times in a row there trying to get my stuff back. Thankfully, I didn't lose anything. shut it off properly this time, and this is how I modified it. So the idea is we stand here. They don't seem to be able to shoot through this area, and we can get in and out of this nice and easy. So I like that. We gotta add some hoppers under the quartz here. Yeah, so check this out. I think we're gonna rip out this big hopper chain we have here. It leads to an item elevator, which we're also gonna rip out and all the redstone for it over here. Place that with a bubble stream. And then that goes to a big chain of hoppers that runs over some item filters. We'll leave the item filters, but we'll get rid of this top chain of hoppers and replace that with a water stream as well. Those are going to have to go to a dropper, and then the dropper's going to have to shoot the items into a water stream. And we're going to hear that constant ticking sound I was trying to avoid. So I just had another idea. Maybe we get rid of the quartz here. We get rid of the hoppers altogether. And we try set it up so that trap doors open upward. And then any items on top of that. Oh, do they not fall through? Oh, never mind. That's not going to work. Oh, fence gates, guys. The perfect solution here. So these are great because they're a block and a half tall. It was going to be very difficult to power anything at this level, but if we can go down a block with the fence gates, that makes it a lot easier to do the redstone. And these have a nice additional effect that stuff can fall through between them. So as the guardians die, most of the drops are going to fall down below and go into the hoppers. And then after a while, we'll just want to open them to drop anything that lands on top of them. Okay, so this killing chamber is actually getting kind of complicated. There's a lot of problems we got to solve with doing this. So the good news is they don't seem to be falling between the fence gates. The guardians are big enough that they don't fall down, and we don't want them to. The next issue I kind of found out is some of the experience will fall down through the fence gates as we're killing them, which isn't good. So we have to like create a way of getting the experience that falls down back up to us. Also gotta hook up our water elevator here. That should be good, I think. We got the soul sand down below there. Let's go back up here. So what I did, like as we kill the guys here, this is double check it actually works. So we get most of the experience. Most of it comes to us, but some of it is going to fall down there. So what I ended up doing is putting a iron trapdoor here, because experience can pass through that if it goes underneath us. And then we got a little chamber here, a little hole that the experience can travel through into here and then up to the iron trapdoor here. Excellent. So check it out. I got the redstone installed to this thing now. So we go in here. We make our kills. They drop their stuff. Some of it's going to land on top of the fence gates. You can see it floating around out there. So then when we back up, we step on a pressure plate. And that opens the fence gates for a split second. All the drops on top fall down into the water stream. And occasionally I've noticed a couple guardians will fall through as well. It doesn't happen usually because they're always jumping around. And it's only if they get unlucky they'll go through. If they do go through, though, we have a killing thing at the end here for them. But the items come up the water, go over top all the item filters, and then any guardians that get through end up hitting these magma blocks and dying. And the way we did the redstone here isn't quite ideal, but it works. Like, we're not designing this thing from scratch. We got to make it work with what we had there. So, you see the fence gates over there. Repeater powers it through the block. We run a redstone torch up to the repeater, and another redstone torch here. Another repeater. And each of these runs to an individual fence gate. And then in the middle here, we run it up to a monostable circuit. And the pressure plate powers the repeaters here. Okay, so check it out, guys. I've re-added the lava blade so that we can run the farm passively. Like, they will die from mob cramming, but you need, like, so many guardians down there for it to happen. This is a more reliable way of doing it. Unfortunately, we will lose some drops in the lava blade, but not a huge issue. The other thing is we had a system in place here for sending the Guardians to a nether farm. It's a little weird. We hit that button. The pistons extend and close off the way down here. And water gets ejected, and then it lights a portal, and they get sent through the nether that way. And you can turn that on and off just by clicking the button. Like so. And check it out down below here. You can see the Guardians are on fire. They'll burn up, and then the drops will either fall down between the fence gates there, or they might land on top. You can see some of the items are on top, unfortunately. We have to clear those, so I installed a hopper clock down here. This just triggers every minute to 2 minutes, I think. I got a bunch of items in here. When it triggers, it goes to the fence gate control here. Oh, you heard it? So that just released a bunch of the items, and that'll prevent stuff from getting stuck. This only runs when we're in automatic mode, though. When we switch over to manual killing mode, the hopper clock doesn't run. And we have a switch for that over here now. So right now it's an auto. We switch to manual. That shuts off the lava blade up above and the hopper clock down below. And any remaining guys on fire should burn up here, and then we're going to start getting the other guys accumulating. Also, I've added another switch here for the nether. That'll turn the portal on and stop them from coming down here. If we switch that. But yeah, now you can see they're starting to build up. Oh. And we go back to killing them manually here. And then when we step on the pressure plate, that'll drop anything on the fence gates down below as well. My favorite thing about this, though, is we got it to work without any annoying dropper sounds, which is incredible. That was kind of hard to do, but we made it work. This is only part of the plan, though. We've spent a bit of time on this today, longer than I expected. But the other thing I want to do is rip out a bunch of this tunnel, maybe. Instead of having the way up and down here way over there, we'll probably move it closer to the killing area. And I want to add an enchanting area down here, now that we're going to be able to get experience. And this is also where I'm planning on building like a villager trading hall. I think would be very good, because this is very fast experience, and you need experience to combine the books you buy from the villagers to your tools and stuff. Okay, so next project here, we're at the zombie pigman farm, and we have an issue that's been around for a while now, actually. We have these slime pushers that knock the experience points to the center here. And they used to all end up at the slime block in the very middle, but you can see a lot of it is not anymore. And it gets launched up to us when we stand in the center platform there. But the problem is most of it is not making it to the center anymore. And it's not getting launched up. So I'm going to try replace the packed ice here with blue ice, which should be a little bit more slippery. Check it out, it works again. Yeah, so the blue ice did the trick. It can get to the middle, no problem now. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually have a bad habit of not finishing things. So it just occurred to me, this zombie pigman farm that I use all the time, like it's one of my most used farms in the world, believe it or not, does not have an enchanting table even. Let's add one. Usually I charge up on XP here and then go somewhere else to do it. And I don't know, it just never occurred to me, hey, maybe I should actually just add an enchanting table here. It's so dumb. Alright, so we're gonna do 15 bookshelves around it. And then we will... Oh man, I'm one short, really? Ah, that sucks. Okay. And I didn't bring any wood with me. Okay, we're going to put carpet over top. We're going to, underneath here, I think I'm going to add some barrels just for storing books and other things we need. Cool, so we got that installed up here now. I had to raise it up one more block because otherwise it was obstructing the view of the top layer here. We got the barrels we can store stuff in. I put an ender chest over here and then the enchanting table above that. And we'll just go to town, and yeah, it's gonna be nice. Wish I had this a long time ago. To be honest with you, I haven't used the blast furnace very much. I know it's meant for ores, but I'm wondering if it does the swords. It does, okay. So the gold farm also doesn't really deal with swords at the moment. I think we should smelt them down into nuggets, maybe. Let's get our redstone chest out here. Yeah, so the gold swords from the zombie pigman farm, they kind of just fall down here. And they just sit on the bedrock and despawn over time. It's not a good method of dealing with them, honestly. It causes a lot of lag. And I just never bothered to fix it. Yeah, it's like a running theme or something here. So what we're going to do is set up a blast furnace here. And that way, like, we can put them in here and they'll get smelted down. But anyways, guys, I hate to do it to you, but I'm going to have to cut this episode a bit on the shorter side today. Otherwise, I got to delay it another day, and you probably don't want that. But I'm totally out of time here. I'm supposed to be in bed right now. It says, Etho, you can easily fix the zombie pigman farm by replacing all of the spawn platforms with magma blocks. Zombie pigmen can spawn on magma blocks, but piglins can't. Uh-huh. I like how he threw the word easily in there. So that's kind of what I'm trying to avoid doing. I know it's fixable, but I don't know if you guys know this. It took me, I think, 6 hours or something to build that farm originally, not counting block collection time. So to tear it down and rebuild it and collect magma blocks, it's going to take like 10 hours at least. I don't want to do that if I can help it. We can, I think, maybe cheese it if we get the fungi. I think the piglins are afraid of the fungi, and we can chase them off the platform with that maybe. And that would be a lot easier to do than replacing the entire thing and rebuilding it. So that's kind of what I want to try out first. But anyways, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And take care. You have yourselves a good day. Bye-bye.